What is going on, guys? It's Tomo Gaming HD here, and welcome to F1 Fridays. Now, this is the Australian Grand Prix. If you have not seen the first episode, stop what you're doing, go back, watch that, and then come on to episode number 2. Now, if you have not guessed by the colour of the car, we decided to opt with McLaren. We were offered various contracts from other teams, but I thought it would be best to start lower down the grid and try and work our car into sort of a better version, hopefully challenging for podiums towards the end of this season or the start of next season. But as you can see here, we are on our hop lap in qualifying now. I've put one shot qualifying just because it adds a bit of pressure to myself, and I don't particularly like the long stretches of qualifying. If you want me to change that and go into the 3 sessions, let me know. But here is our hot lap. Now, we did make a mistake by putting the race on 25%. I usually do 50%. It adds for more drama, more sort of tyre wear issues and stuff like that, and it obviously gives you a chance to catch up. I sort of feel like I made a mistake putting it on 25%. I didn't actually mean to, but I only realised when we got into the race. But as you can see, we're sort of challenging towards the last few laps. In practice, you can use your goals. You have goals set from the team that can increase your reputation. It can also increase your points that you get to try and make the car faster. Now we're coming on to the last lap. Practice, we were really slow, off the pace, but in qualifying we managed to do pretty well. We managed to get up to position number 14. Now in practice we were terrible. We couldn't actually manage it at all. Sort of like struggling. We managed to get P14. Bottas first, Leclerc second, Weber was 15th, Kimi Raikkonen 16th, and the other two rivals we have, obviously Lando Norris in 11th, and Butler in position 10.
To round 1 of a 21 race championship that takes us from here in Australia, across the globe, and the eventual season finale at the Yas Island circuit in Abu Dhabi. Just south of Melbourne's downtown business centre is the one and only Albert Park circuit. 3.3 miles of public roads, closed for the weekend of course, make for a bumpy circuit with little undulation. There are 16 corners around the lake and a couple of good passing opportunities here as well, thanks in part to the DRS zones into turns 1, 3 and 13. We have plenty of changes to the sport this year with tweaks to the regulations, a fresh looking spread of tyre compounds and of course some changes to the roster of car manufacturers. It's goodbye to Sauber and hello once again to the classic name of Alfa Romeo in Formula One. It's also goodbye to Force India. They've been rebranded as Racing Point. Joining me to take you through all the action of the 2019 Formula One season is Anthony Davidson. And it's great to have you with us.
Thanks, Crofty. Always happy to be here, and I'm looking forward to getting underway. Last year was Mercedes' 5th Constructors' title in a row, although for the first half of the season it was absolutely neck and neck with the Ferraris. Hopefully this year we can see the chasing pack take that final step, as I'd love to see a championship contest all the way up to the final race in Abu Dhabi. Another story to keep an eye on is the performance of Red Bull, who have switched to the Honda power unit this year. What that will mean for both their performance and reliability remains to be seen.
With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Good job yesterday from Valtteri Bottas. The Finn starts from pole position, with Charles Leclerc alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Gasly, Sebastian Vettel, and Hamilton, Hülkenberg, Ricciardo, Magnussen and Devon Butler, Norris, Perez, Romain Grosjean, Thomas, Weber, Raikkonen, Alexander Albon and Antonio Giovinazzi. Kubica and George Russell ends our grid lineup, and with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
Well, what an introduction into the Australian Grand Prix. You can see the full list there if you want to look at the qualifying times and stuff like that. But we start P14. We've gone with the instructions that McLaren have given us to go on the soft tyre first, then the mediums later into the race. I was thinking about going to mediums and then softs for the end, but we're not great on speed at the moment. We're not sort of challenging for points, so I'm just going to keep it simple, see how my pace is, and 5 lights are out and away we go. We got off to a decent start considering the cars around us, but the cars behind us absolutely jet propel in front of us. We're going to make a dive up the inside. We do, but I think that was the Haas or the Renault sort of there, absolutely blocks us off. We managed to get a decent run here on one of the Toro Rossos. I believe this is Lucas Weber. We do manage to go around the outside and take that position back, but Kimi Raikkonen is in front of us. We're going to try and get a decent run out of this corner and see what we can do. We do manage to get a fantastic run there. Kimi gives us room. Can we duck up the inside of him? We go for it was a Haas actually, and we managed to get 2 positions in that corner. The Haas sort of ducked out. We did stick our nose in. I didn't think we were going to give that enough, give us enough room, but they do. Lando Norris is up next. Can we start pushing and getting these positions so we can aim towards the points? I think we're position 13. Lando's in 12th. You know, he out-qualified us, which is obviously great for him, poor for us. We do manage to get some speed out of these corners. Lando's coming up to us pretty fast. Can we manage to catch him up here? We get some very good speed. Are we going to duck round the inside? It's our teammate. We need to be sensible. We cannot afford to have a crash. Now, Lando always going very slowly there because of the 2 cars challenging in front. But because we have to like go off the racing line because we brake a little bit, Lando manages to get away. And on this first lap, we managed to somehow gain a position considering the awful start we had. And maybe I need to put a formation lap on to warm those tyres up for when we start. Now we're going to go on to lap number 4, I believe, or lap number 5, and we've already been battling. You know, Lando manages to get in front of I believe it's Roman Grosjean. Well, I'm hoping it's Roman Grosjean. Otherwise, no, it's Nico Hülkenberg who's in front of us, and Grosjean manages to go on the inside. We get a bit distracted. We hit the wall. Luckily for us, there's no damage. Can we manage to catch Grosjean up? We do get an amazing exit, but Grosjean there just absolutely bursts away with his speed. Now we're coming into lap 5, so lap 4 was just then into lap 5. Kimi Raikkonen is going to have a go up the inside. We're getting past left, right and centre. We're trying our best to hold it around the outside. We go onto the grass. Kimi somehow is still behind us, but he's going to have that speed. He's going to have DRS. We do as well, but he has a slipstream. Can he go around the inside of us into the 3rd corner? We managed to hold him off just about. Can we go around the outside? Can we gain that position back? We're struggling here, but Kimi is fighting as hard as we are. This is nice to see that the AI are on level with us, and they do try moves like that. We manage somehow to stay in front of Kimi Raikkonen, and we've been battling. It's only lap 5, and we're challenging 14th position, and the battling is like this. Kimi again has got the run of us. This is the sector that I really struggle with. And as you can see, Kimi is going to have the run of us into this corner. We're going to make him go on the outside. You know, Roman came round the inside. We're going to make Kimi go on the outside. Kimi's got us fairly easy into that corner. But there we go. Look at that. Can we squeeze him out? We do. And Kimi Raikkonen somehow does not stay in front of us. I don't know how we managed to stay in front of him there. We need to keep it together on this lap. You know, we're sort of battling Kimi. We don't need to waste the tyres sort of now. But obviously we're sort of battling for position. You know, if it's a Ferrari or a Red Bull or teams that are miles ahead of us in terms of performances, I'm not going to battle them because it's just going to waste my time. It's going to waste my tyres, and it's something that I don't need to do. But as you can see here, we're coming up to the end of lap 5 into lap 6, and here we go. We're going into the pits this lap. You know, I've asked them to come in a lap early to go into the pits just because I feel like an undercut might work in our favour. Everyone else scrambling into the pits, you know, they'll get stuck behind each other and stuff like that. So I'm coming into the pits, you know, I'm in position 14. What have I got to lose? I'm not really going to go for the points. I might as well start making a decision of coming in early, seeing where it leads us. If we go further down the grid, then we need to battle our way up. You know, it's either way, it's a win-win situation. We exit the pits, a very quick pit stop, and we're at the back of the grid, but we do have a lot, and I mean a hell of a lot of clean air in front of us. So it means that we can go around ourselves on this lap, sort of push as fast as we want to. We've not got anyone to slow us down, and that's really good for us. You know, we hopefully can push up the field in this out lap when everyone else pits. So we're coming down the main straight of lap 7 into lap 8, and who is that on our inside? It is it's Devon Butler. Devon Butler there somehow ends up behind us. He was miles behind us, But here we go. He's going around the outside into the third corner. He manages to get us. Can we sneak up the inside? We sort of hit the apex perfectly. He goes around the outside. He's still got so much more speed on us, but we do stick it around the outside. We're going to close the gap, you know. This is the guy that pushed us off in the F2 series. He absolutely smashed us on there. We're sort of squeezing him out there. I don't know how far. I think we touched, but he sort of like manages to squeeze him out, and we're hoping to get enough of a gap so that he cannot catch us up here. I don't know why I'm fighting him. Maybe it's just a pride thing because of how the F2 series went, but he is fighting back, and you know, he is in a much faster car. We're coming up to the section where I'm really slow at, and look at that. He manages to squeeze us around the outside. We go around the outside. Oh, he squeezes us out. It's a very, very good move from Devon, but we are sort of struggling to keep up. And that is it for the rest of the race. We're on to the last lap. In front of us is Nico Hülkenberg. You know, we've been catching him for, I think, for the last 3 laps. You know, we've been trying our best to sort of catch him up and sort of get the minor places. But we're going to finish in the position where we started in qualifying, which is, it's not particularly bad, but it shows that we've got a lot of work to do in this career mode. We've got a lot of work on the car. And as I say, the practice sessions will be vital. But in our first race in Australia, we finished position 14th. Now, it's not the best, you know. McLaren didn't actually score any points this weekend, and it's disappointing for the team. But again, it's all about, you know, progress and improving. We have 2 fast drivers in myself and Lando Norris, you know, 2 British drivers, young drivers. Valtteri Bottas takes the first win of the season. Second was Charles Leclerc, and third was Sebastian Vettel. So a very, very good race for the Ferraris as well, you know, getting the better of Lewis Hamilton. But Valtteri Bottas does very well to take the race win. Now, what does that mean for our career mode? So for next episode, we need to improve the race duration. We need to be 50%, because 25% is way too short for a career mode. I feel like there's no real action. We had 4 incidents really. We had the first lap incident, we had the Grosjean overtakers, we had the Kimi Räikkönen, and then the fight with Marcus Butler, and that was, Jesus Christ, Devon Butler. Marcus Butler's a YouTuber. Lucas Weber, Devon Butler. We had a fight with Devon Butler. But as you can see, the top 3 on the podium there. And this is the full rankings of the race, you know, in case you wanted to see. For me, I jotted down where everyone else finished. Lando finished 11th, Butler 12th, we finished 14th, and Weber finished 17th. So, you know, there's a lot of improving for them to do as well. But, you know, it's been a fantastic episode. You know, I've really enjoyed getting this done. The next race, 50%. We are going to go on to the highlights of the race, which is a massive thing that F1 2019 have done this year. You can see on the side it says highlights, so basically it shows you the highlights of the race, and you can see in better detail how the race went. Hope you guys enjoyed. Drop a like, subscribe. Until the next time, goodbye.